And now he is saying that he has Asperger's syndrome, which is why he did it.
Asperger's?
Asperger's syndrome is a form
That's his defense.
Yeah, it's a form of autism that affects a person's social communication and interaction, according to Britain's National Autistic Society. Not Artistic Society, Autistic Society.
Anything on the concert that I mentioned?
No, I didn't see anything on
Just
the
out of curiosity. Okay.
No.
Well, for those of you listening to the show, as you may or may not have heard, I don't know if this will get in before or after, but at one point we do touch on this with Ben Grundy and Aaron Wright from the Mysterious Universe. They have tried to cover the story a few different times and ways, and I've heard various rumors, which included Pink Floyd's David Gilmour helping to put on a benefit concert to fund McKinnon's defense. So whether that has actually already occurred or not, I can't say for sure, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
There are people in the UK who want him freed.
Yes.
And don't want him to stand trial.
Yes.
Because apparently if you break the law and hack into computers, all is forgiven. I don't understand if you're hacking into a computer that's not yours.
Right. What did I say to you earlier? You're sitting around your house hacking into computers all day, and suddenly you just want a free pass because you didn't mean to do it or something. Go get a job. Go to school. Go volunteer at a...
But he does have a MySpace profile.
Oh, well, isn't that...
I wonder if he has more friends on his MySpace page than I have on my Facebook page.
It
probably does.
It's pretty interesting because I kind of wish that when we had talked to Ben, that I had made the comment, Howard asked me this a little while ago, and I when I thought about it, I realized that it was from a podcast that I had heard, and that we didn't touch on this when we spoke to Ben. Ben had suggested at one point that he sort of considered Gary to be a hero, this hacker guy, because, he's just out there looking for truth and trying to, keep people from keeping secrets. And I get that argument. I can kind of understand it. But from the perspective of, at least from the perspective of a citizen of the United States, you're hacking into our government computers, buddy. I mean, Matthew Broderick and War Games came out 20 years ago. I don't think there's any mistaking on anybody's part how serious these crimes are prosecuted. And while I kind of feel sorry for him insofar as maybe he is just getting picked on, maybe there were 15 other people hacking in at the same time he was, and, he just happened to be the one that got caught and whatever other... Still, my sympathy runs out pretty quick. I mean, the minute you turn your computer on, if you're thinking, I'm going to go hack some NASA computers, well, okay, don't get upset when the cops are banging on your door and you're facing 70 years of prison, because they're going to get upset about it. So... it makes for a pretty interesting thing.
Just for the record, he has 164 friends on MySpace.
Hey, listen to this.
And some of the noteworthy ones are Michael Moore.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And Yanni.
I rest my case. And Yanni. Well, that's excellent.
So I guess if he does have this concert, Yanni is going to perform.
I believe
so
this.
all you Yanni fans, go find tickets.
Wow.
And for the other record, I probably have 12 friends on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Not
right.
that I.
Well, go hack into a few computers, and
I'll have more friends.
Your numbers will spike. Exactly.
Right. I just wanted to. I asked how many friends he had, so I wanted to find that out.
Well, you got your answer, didn't you?
I did, and I'd never been on MySpace.
Jeez.
I don't. Gary McKinnon is in your extended network. I should look to see who other...
You have 6,000 common friends.
Those are his top 26 friends.
Wow.
This is like Casey Kasem counting them down. This is Time and Space, hosted by Mike Smith.
It's a red light, Billy! It's red! Oh, yeah, it was red, okay. It was yellow!
This saw a guy go through an intersection in reverse. I'm not kidding, dude. This guy just went 2/3 the way through an intersection, stopped, and put it in reverse and back into Safeway's parking lot.
And that's how you play. That's a fine piece of driving.
I have a great story to regale you with, Tim. On my way to work yesterday in the driving rain, I'm sitting along, pretty much stop-and-go traffic on 66 eastbound, and I look over and there is an air-conditioned repair truck. He's kind of going along forward with me, and you could see there was some light coming from inside of the van. Okay, so as I got up closer, I was like, what's this guy doing? You've seen these work vans, and they have a like a laptop stand right next to the driver so that they can do work and everything. The guy is watching a movie while driving in rush hour traffic in the pouring rain at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Was he watching Falling Down?
I don't know what he was watching.
I was driving down 395 at 1 o'clock this afternoon in driving rain where people were wearing sunglasses and talking on the phone and could not even maintain their lane.
Of course.
So,
all right, well, it doesn't matter what driving story you tell, and I wasn't even going to go into that, but since we're visiting with you, and we might as well have him regale us with this story, I would say the winner of That's a Fine Piece of Driving for the week would have to be the story that Faye told me the other day about being on Montgomery Village Avenue. Wondering if I can get you to maybe recant that one real quick, because this is
congratulations. We have a winner.
We do have a
studio.
winner.
Wow.
We do have a winner.
I think this was,
And this, I'm afraid this is.
I think he cheated, and I think you're giving him the prize because he's here.
No. This is a bone-chilling story. You are going to really enjoy this one. Kirk, we'll keep you for this, and then we'll kick you loose because everybody's tired. And
was this person blindfolded?
Oh no, you're gonna
like this.
That would
Tim.
really be a story.
You're gonna like this, Tim.
Go ahead.
So I had a really long day at work. I want to say this was last, I don't know, I'm going to throw it out there and say it was Tuesday, not this one, the previous. And I had to work the next day. So I left work, and it had been a long day, 12, 13 hours. I'm kind of tired. So I swung by, I got myself some chips and a pint, and I head out of town, driving down Montgomery Village Avenue, coming from the Clapper Road area, up, I guess that's northbound. On Montgomery Village. I crossed 355, and it's raining, which it's been pretty much raining nonstop for a couple weeks here. So it's raining, and I'm going maybe 30, 35 miles an hour, and there's a truck in front of me, and the truck has a trailer on it, and which got landscaping stuff in it, whatever. It's it's a big white Ford truck, Chevy, whatever it was. Banged up, driving along, and all of a sudden this truck jams on their brakes, and I proceed to communicate verbally aloud to myself about the competency of the driver in front of me. And as I'm doing that, the truck swerves over into the lane to my right. And I see a small, it might have been a Honda Accord, it could have been a Civic, coming head-on right at me down Montgomery Village. Lights right in my face. It's probably 60 feet in front of me, 50 feet when I see it, when the other car moves. It's coming right at me, probably 25 miles an hour. So I'm starting to hit my brakes. I look in the right lane. There's a Ford Excursion next to me. The truck with the trailers in front of that, and there's a car behind the Excursion.
All right, now hang on. Let me stop you real quick. Montgomery Village Avenue, especially at this stretch, is 2 lanes wide with a big median down the middle.
Huge.
So when you're talking about going in one direction, it is 2 lanes contained by curbs.
Yes.
And trees and bushes and maybe a lake on the side. Or
this was basically right where the golf course was on my right. So the road, the lawn actually sloped up.
Right.
From that point.
So any bailout move at this point,
there's nowhere to go.
There is nowhere to go.
So at this point, it goes through my mind. It's all in a split second. Do I slam into the curb on my left and end up on the median, break my axle? I mean, all this is instantaneous, obviously. Do I die, or do I hit my brakes and try to get over to the right where the big, huge Excursion is? So I hit my brakes. The Excursion's got it figured out. Okay, they're paying attention. Thank goodness. They speed up,
surprisingly,
whip over to the right, and get behind the Excursion. And the car that passed me, we were so close that when we passed, we were probably 8 feet away. Like, my front left bumper was probably 8 feet from his front left bumper.
Wow.
So I proceed.
Wow.
So I call 911. Like, it takes me 5-10 seconds to, realize I'm alive. So I call 911.
Yeah.
Sure. And I'm like, hey, I'm driving, I'm driving northbound on Montgomery Village, and there's a car going southbound in the northbound lanes. And the dispatcher's like, well, what cross street are you near or whatever? And I'm like, okay, well, Apple Ridge, which is, right up towards the end of Montgomery Village. I said, Apple Ridge. Oh, well, we can have there's no concern. We can have a squad car come look at it. I said, well, why don't you tell the squad car sitting over at McDonald's 4 blocks behind me to pull out and come catch this dude because he's going to be passing him in about 30 seconds.
Wait, that the operator actually told you that?
No, I told the
He's
operator.
trying to tell the operator
tell the guy
that
at the McDonald's right behind me.
she's
to
not
turn
taking
on
him
his lights and
seriously.
Pull out. Hello? Like there's a car going the wrong way. And luckily the person, I don't know if they were drunk, I don't know if they were young, I don't know if they were stupid, I don't know if they were stupid, young, and drunk. I don't know. But
Right,
at least,
right,
they were smart enough to only be going 20 miles an hour.
Unbelievable.
Like at least they were. If they were speeding, I'd be dead. So it was a rush, man.
Well,
I
thank
mean,
goodness you're not.
good times right there. And I
Yeah,
was going to call a fine piece of driving, but
Not a fine piece of driving.
no, I immediately went to the nearest store and got a pack of Jacks, man. Got a pack of Jacks and just sat there for a minute. Had a nice Jack.
That's what you got to do.
That was my fine piece of driving. Montgomery Village.
That is exceptional.
That is
Maryland.
that is a fantastic story. That is an amazing story, dude. I'm glad you're okay. I'm very glad you're okay.
Right?
That's just ridiculous right
There
there.
is that. All right, TK, for all of your fans that are following on the NORAD website, looking for the little floating icon that is similar to that of Santa Claus and his reindeer floating around. Where will you be on your worldwide tour in the next couple of days? You heading out anywhere good?
Actually, yeah, I'll be heading up to probably see my godson Dennis, who celebrated his birthday yesterday,
Right.
and probably be heading up to Germantown and then back down to DC on Monday, and then again on Wednesday for a couple more treatments, and then see what happens from there. But I'll certainly be cruising the 395 Beltway area over the next week or so.
By all means, if you stumble across a fine piece of driving, please feel free to call our hotline 571-721-9525 and leave us a voicemail detailing your harrowing adventure, which hopefully will end somewhat like Faye's with nobody getting hurt and the police being contacted.
Do you have GPS, Tim?
I do not, but I do have the ability to recognize the fact that I've lived in this area for a long period of time. And
yes, I was just thinking that a GPS coordinates, if you see something, would be very fun, because then someone could Google Earth it.
That's a good point.
And see if they could actually see that stretch of road. It would help the understanding.
That's true. Yes.
So,
well,
I'm just thinking out loud.
Trafficcams.org or whatever that site is, right? There's a
Capitals just scored and won the game, by the way. So I throw that out there.
well, as a matter of fact, it's ironic you bring that up, because last Wednesday, November 4th, coming back from one of my treatments, I just got a notice from the District of Columbia Police Department that apparently I ran a red light, making a right turn on red,
And that's a fine piece of driving, Tim.
Are you driving with your eyes open? Are you like using the force?
This is Time and Space with your host, Mike Smith.